Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mississinewa High School. I'm Principal Steve Quaderer. We have staff here, certainly our technology staff, all of the staff in Mississinewa Schools. Welcome to this device rollout. Now, many of you, see a lot of familiar faces. You have been ready for this tonight because you have to hear this speech. Now, again, I'm not really looking forward to giving this speech again, so I'm going to try to be brief. It's very, very important for me and for our team that this speech is here what I have to say. Our parents have done a phenomenal job supporting this 21. This is our 7th year of this, and we're really, really proud of the work that we're doing when it comes to students. The focus of the work program is to provide just that, tools and resources for the 21st century learner. Excellence in education requires that technology is seamlessly integrated throughout the educational program. Increasing access to technology is essential to that future and one of the tools for 21st century students. Okay, we're working. You guys know we're probably a little too long. Okay, let's try this again. You're going to get a computer tonight, okay? And I know that's exciting. You should be excited. It's awesome. All of you are going to receive a bag. This bag is lined with padding. And we've had a lot of success with these bags. Inside the zipper is your 11-inch Mac Air. It's very, very important that when you are moving around the building, when you are moving at home, wherever you are carrying this is in the bag. It doesn't matter how awesome this bag is. If your computer, when you're not using it, is in your hand, and you slip and you drop it, it's going to break. Okay, and we're going to talk about the responsibility that you have when it comes to these kind of breaks. So when you're moving, you're not using your computer, put it in the bag, carry the bag in the hallways, and at home, when you're taking it to grandma's house, whatever, make sure that it's in the bag. You're also going to receive a charger. Charger looks a little bit like this. There's an awesome bag right here in the front of the front of the bag for your charger. You are responsible for these items. Okay, these are not your items. They're our items. We're letting you borrow them. We're letting you use them for the school year. When you're done with them at the end of the school year, you have to give them back. Okay? Now, some of you may leave, you may move. Your family moves away, you have to give back then, even if you leave before the school year's over. Again, this is not your device. We are loaning this device to you, but we're very, very excited and proud of our one-to-one initiative. So we're going to hand those out tonight, and when it's time to turn those all back in, we expect you to give it back. It's important that you bring your device to school every day. You bring your device to school charged and ready to go. Our teachers are constantly being trained in different ways to integrate technology in the classroom. That doesn't mean you're going to use it every day. That doesn't mean that you're going to use it every class period. But you need to be prepared to use your device. You need to bring it to school every day, and you need to bring it charged. Those of you that have a cell phone, I know that you probably have a routine for getting that cell phone plugged in and charged so you have it all day the next day. Get in that same routine when it comes to your computer. It's also important that you use it appropriately. You can't put inappropriate screensavers or wallpapers. Again, this is a school-issued device, a school-used device, so graphics with alcohol or drugs or sex or things like that are certainly inappropriate, and you're going to have to deal with administration when it comes to those things. You do have an opportunity to download apps. Again, we're going to let you use this, use it to its fullest. We want you to experience the technology that we have in our hands, again, to its fullest. You can download apps. take anything off that we have installed. We have a mobile device manager that helps us keep an eye on your computer when it's on the network. But it's very, very important that when you install things, that's fine, but do not delete any items that we've put on your device. Now, there's a lot of responsibility that goes into this. And there are three groups of people that have responsibility. Parents, you have responsibility. We're going to talk a little bit about your role. We as a school have a responsibility. But most importantly, the people who are going to be using these devices and have them in their hands the most are you students. And this is a big responsibility. We've had, like I said, tremendous success. Our first 2 or 3 years we used the iPad minis. That went well. This is our 4th year with the Mac Airs, and we absolutely love them. The students love them, the teachers love them. We have had a lot of success. But with this comes a lot of responsibilities. Parents, I encourage you, when you leave here tonight, don't just talk about Mr. Q not being able to speak in the microphone and how stupid he looked up there, but talk about the importance of taking care of this device, the importance of keeping it in the case, the importance of keeping it charged, the importance of staying off of inappropriate websites. This is your opportunity. We're encouraging you, we're empowering you to parent and help us with these devices. The school responsibility, obviously we've made the community, the schools made this impact or this investment in these devices. We're going to provide internet access. We're constantly upgrading our infrastructure to really what I understand is one of the best in East Central Indiana. You as a community should be proud of that. I know we as a school system are very proud of our internet capabilities. We're going to provide content filtering for inappropriate materials to the best of our ability. We continue to upgrade our filtering systems to where we can now filter here at school and also filter to an extent while the computers are away. We're constantly getting feedback from the devices, whether it be inappropriate material, inappropriate websites, or inappropriate language. Language talking about terrorism, or bombs, or guns, or when it comes to school safety. So we have an opportunity to provide not only 21st century skills, but also a layer of protection for the rest of us when it comes to those issues. Students, your responsibility. I've already kind of said this. You got to take care of it. You have to be responsible when it comes to keeping it charged and bringing it to school. You need to follow the school rules. Just like anything else, if we give you a book, you can't write the F word in the book. Okay? You can't do inappropriate things on this computer either. The problem for you is we can catch you a lot easier doing inappropriate things on this than we can you writing bad words in a book. Now let's talk about some of the things that you can't do, students. You cannot illegally install or transmit any copyrighted materials. That's really never a big issue. But if you're on sites that you're downloading things that are inappropriate or that are not your content, that could be an issue. Certainly any action that violates existing school board policy or public law, sending, accessing, uploading, downloading, or distributing offensive, profane, threatening, pornographic, obscene, or sexually explicit materials. These things are like, yeah, duh. But if I don't say them, and then you get in trouble, you're going to say, well, nobody ever told me, so I'm telling you. You need to make good decisions when it comes to your internet use. Certainly that using these sites to sell term papers, book reports, or other forms of student work, use of anonymous or false communication, or giving out personal information over the internet, that is inappropriate. Also vandalism. Not only vandalism physically to the device, but by putting hardware or software, data that could create a virus for not only your computer, but for the network that the computer's on. Jailbreaking devices is totally inappropriate. And again, we will talk about the incidents of charge in a second. And like I said, sending out or receiving materials that are obscene, offensive, or threatening, or otherwise intend to harass or demean other students. So that really includes iMessage, Facebook, any other social media. Again, those are things that we're not spying on you, but those are things that students that you're harassing now have a black and white image of the things that you're saying. They screenshot it, they email it to your principal, and now you can't say, well, I never said that. Well, yeah, you did. This is you. Okay? So it's very, very important that you understand that and that you're mindful of that. As I said, get your computers charged, keep them charged, bring them to school every day. If there's an issue, if it's broken, if it's frozen, and you need help, we have an amazing tech staff that will help you at the middle school and here at the high school when it comes to your device. One of our earlier years with the iPads, I gave a very similar speech. A student had an iPad freeze, he was mad, he punched it. Guess what? It didn't unfreeze, and now the screen's broken. Okay? He just bought a brand new broken iPad. So when you're going to get frustrated, you're not going to connect to the network, you're not going to be able to connect to the internet, whatever, your computer freezes up, your key sticks, don't lash out and make it worse. Bring it to the tech desk. We will repair it, we will replace it, whatever we need to do to get you off and running again. But you need to communicate that with us. Students, there's a tech desk at high school, there's a tech desk at the middle school, but you need to use that when the devices break down. So, we talked a little bit about what happens. We talked about some of the things you're not supposed to do. So what happens? We can just take the device away. There's the opportunity for you to use, or for us to restrict your take-home access. You just check it in every day. Before you leave, you give it back to us. When you come back to school the next day, we'll give it back to you. That's less than ideal for a lot of reasons, but we have students that have demonstrated they can handle the use of this device. We work with parents to decide, hey, they're not taking it home anymore. So if that's something that, again, that could affect you, or you're thinking, man, I want to make sure that I make good decisions, so I have this at all times. We can give you an old iPad. We can give you an old PC laptop. There's a lot of things that we still have kind of in storage that we can reissue if you can't handle this device. Certainly we can ban you from using the school issue device, detention, Thursday schools, suspension, expulsion, or involving criminal prosecution. We've been to that point when it comes to our devices, usually in sending and receiving inappropriate material over the computers. We have a great relationship with Gaston Police, Jonesboro Police, Grant County Sheriff's Department, and the Indiana State Police. A couple of our cases have involved the FBI. So we have a great working relationship. You're not going to get away with anything. And I don't mean to lay down that thing, but you need to understand that you're going to get caught. And you may not get caught the first or second time, but it will catch up with your students, and you need to make good choices. Okay, I've mentioned a couple times about if it gets broken. What are we going to do if it gets broken? Well, first of all, everybody, to take a computer, you have to pay $20. Okay? That used to be $50. Mrs. Townsend, Mr. McKenzie, Mrs. Winter felt like that was too much. We've had a lot of success collecting that $20. That $20 goes to a lot of things, but it helped pay for the bags, the computers, the infrastructure, a lot of different things that $20 goes to, and every single student has to pay that. So every year, the incident count, if you will, picks up from the year before. So you 6th graders, you've never had a computer, so you have no instances. So if you get this computer, and you're carrying it outside the case, you're walking out the high school, the doors, this big tile floor, and you trip and you drop it, and it cracks. Okay, that was an accident, you didn't mean to, now you weren't taking care of it properly, but that's the first incident. That's going to cost you $20 or $75. Okay, we'll probably be able to fix it in the house, but that first incident is $75. If the second accidental incident, you lend it to a friend, and his dog knocks it off the kitchen table, and again it breaks. There was an accident, but now we're going to charge you the cost of the repair. Our tech team, like I said, is pretty phenomenal. We try to do all of our repairs as much much as we can in-house, which saves us and you a lot of money, but we are going to charge you the cost of repair if it's broken a second time. In the incident that in the case that is lost or stolen, if your device is lost or stolen, you need to immediately call the police and file a lost or stolen report with the Gas City Police Department, Jonesboro Police Department, Grant County Sheriff, depending on where you live. We've worked with all of those agencies. They know exactly what to do. They know the form to fill out. And then we will work with you on how we're going to pay that cost. In the past, it's been half. We'll cover half. You'll cover half. Brand new, these are $800. You're not getting a brand new device. So you're looking at probably $300 if that device is lost or stolen. Last year, we had 3. 3 out of about 1,700. So we like our odds. Our students, our parents have done a phenomenal job taking care of these devices, so we encourage you to continue with that. If we determine that your device has been intentionally damaged, and you're here at school, your girlfriend breaks up with you, and you spike your computer, oh, that would never happen. It happened. You're going to pay for the device. You're going to pay to replace the device. At this point, like I said, with depreciation, that's $600. So you've got to make good choices. You're going to pay $20 tonight. You're going to get a computer. But if you make bad choices, it's going to continue to cost you. So parents, again, our parents have done a phenomenal job helping us keep those costs down. To give you perspective, our first year with the iPad minis, first semester, we had $22,000 in repairs. Last year, with the Mac Airs, we had about $3,000 total for the year. Again, over 1,700 devices. That doesn't include the devices at the elementary school. Please, please, please continue to do your part in supporting us in taking care of these devices. Okay, I'm going to shut up. I've given you the kind of the lay of the land. What I'm going to do here in a second is turn you loose. For high school students, there's probably not very many here, but there might be a few. Pick up your folder. If you owe money, I'm going to show you what you're going to see in your folder in a second. There's the pay lines right there, and you take care of that and you'll get your computer. Middle school students, and that's most of you, you're going to pick up your folder on this side right here. Tell them your first and last name. They're going to give you your folder. Some of you may owe money. You're going to go around from another line there, the pay line. You're going to get a receipt if you still owe money. They're going to send you into the library. You're going to pick up your computer, and you're free to go. Okay? Now, when you get to your folder, we try to color code this to not only help you, but to help us in processing all of these. If you get a green slip like this, you're good to go. You don't owe any money, you're registered, you're good. Okay? You're green, you can go, head right to you don't have to wait in line, head right to the library, pick up your computer. If you have yellow, you still have an outstanding balance. Now, you say, well, I paid this today online, this school never gets it right. We can only harvest those things at midnight when that system turns over. So please give us a little grace. If you paid it this afternoon, just come up, we can check it. Yep, they paid. They'll get you a receipt, or they'll initial this, and you're good to go. If you have a red sheet, you have not registered for school. And I don't think anybody in this room would think any worse of us that if you're not registered to go to this school system, that we give you a $600 computer. Okay? So we need you to register first. We have computers set up in the library. Our tech team will be in there to help you with that. So please make sure and know that we open that registration in the end of March, early April. We want to try to get that registration process done before the previous school year. And that's hard for all of us to think like that, but that's the direction that we are going. One other announcement, I'm going to shut up. If you are a Mississinewa High School student, if you're new to Mississinewa High School, our natural helpers are offering a meet and greet this Friday from 1 to 3. You'll just meet in the office. And then this Monday from 1 to 3 again. You get to come and go as you please. We're going to have teachers and staff giving tours, answering questions and those things. If you have questions of me, I'm here. I can help you. if you have questions about the middle school, Mrs. Eckstein's here, some of her team. I do ask this, when you get in line, if you're mad, if you're frustrated about the sound, you're frustrated about something I said, do not take it out on these people. They are volunteering their time to be here tonight. They didn't make any of these decisions. They didn't write any of this policy. If you're mad, come talk to me, and we'll try to hash it out. I may not make you happy. I'll try to make you as happy as I can, but we're all in this together. If you owe the school system money, you got to pay your bills. Okay? And I don't think it'd be crazy for us not to give you this computer if you're not caught up on that stuff. If you need payment plans, come talk to us, again, depending on what building. But show these ladies some grace, the gentlemen some grace. Okay? You got issues, you're mad, is your 11-inch Mac Air. It's very, very important that when you are moving around the building, when you are moving at home, wherever you are carrying this is in the bag. It doesn't matter how awesome this bag is. If your computer, when you're not using it, is in your hand and you slip and you drop it, it's going to break. Okay? And we're going to talk about the responsibility that you have when it comes to these kind of breaks. So when you're moving, you're not using your computer, put it in the bag, carry the bag in the hallways, and at home, when you're taking it to grandma's house, whatever, make sure that it's in the bag. You're also going to receive a charger. Charger looks a little bit like this. There's an awesome bag right here in the front of the bag for your charger. You are responsible for these items. Okay, these are not your items. They're our items. We're letting you borrow them. We're letting you use them for the school year. When you're done with them at the end of the school year, you have to give them back. Okay? Now, some of you may leave, you may move, your family moves away. You have to give it back then, even if you leave before the school year's over. Again, this is not your device. We are loaning this device to you, but we're very, very excited and proud of our one-to-one initiative. So we're going to hand those out tonight, and when it's time to turn those all back in, we expect you to give it back. It's important that you bring your device to school every day. You bring your device to school charged and ready to go. Our teachers are constantly being trained in different ways to integrate technology in the classroom. That doesn't mean you're going to use it every day. That doesn't mean that you're going to use it every class period. But you need to be prepared to use your device. You need to bring it to school every day, and you need to bring it charged. Those of you that have a cell phone, I know that you probably have a routine for getting that cell phone plugged in and charged so you have it all day the next day. Get in that same routine when it comes to your computer. It's also important that you use it appropriately. You can't put inappropriate screensavers or wallpapers. Again, this is a school-issued device, a school-used device, so graphics with alcohol or drugs or sex or things like that are certainly inappropriate, and you're going to have to deal with administration when it comes to those things. You do have an opportunity to download apps. Again, we're going to let you use this. Use it to its fullest. We want you to experience the technology that we have in our hands, again, to its fullest. You can download apps. Please do not take anything off that we have installed. We have a mobile device manager that helps us keep an eye on your computer when it's on the network. But it's very, very important that when you install things, that's fine, but do not delete any items that we've put on your device. Now, there's a lot of responsibility that goes into this. And there are three groups of people that have responsibility. Parents, you have responsibility. We're going to talk a little bit about your role. We as a school have a responsibility. But most importantly, the people who are going to be using these devices and have them in their hands the most are you students. And this is a big responsibility. We've had, like I said, tremendous success. Our first 2 or 3 years, we used the iPad minis. That went well. This is our 4th year with the Mac Airs, and we absolutely love them. The students love them, the teachers love them. We have had a lot of success. But with this comes a lot of responsibilities. Parents, I encourage you, when you leave here tonight, don't just talk about Mr. Q not being able to speak in the microphone and how stupid he looked up there. but talk about the importance of taking care of this device, the importance of keeping it in the case, the importance of keeping it charged, the importance of staying off of inappropriate websites. This is your opportunity. We're encouraging you, we're empowering you to parent and help us with these devices. The school responsibility. Obviously, we've made the community, the schools made this impact or this investment in these devices. We're going to provide internet access. We're constantly upgrading our infrastructure to really what I understand is one of the best in East Central Indiana. You as a community should be proud of that. I know we as a school system are very proud of our internet capabilities. We're going to provide content filtering for inappropriate materials to the best of our ability. We continue to upgrade our filtering systems to where we can now filter here at school and also filter to an extent while the computers are away. We're constantly getting feedback from the devices, whether it be inappropriate material, inappropriate websites, or inappropriate language. Language talking about terrorism or bombs or guns or when it comes to school safety. So we have an opportunity to provide not only 21st century skills, but also a layer of protection for the rest of us when it comes to those issues. Students, your responsibility. I've already kind of said this. You got to take care of it. You have to be responsible when it comes to keeping it charged and bringing it to school. You need to follow the school rules. Just like anything else, if we give you a book, you can't write the F word in the book. Okay? You can't do inappropriate things on this computer either. The problem for you is we can catch you a lot easier doing inappropriate things on this than we can you writing bad words in a book. Now let's talk about some of the things that you can't do, students. You cannot illegally install or transmit any copyrighted materials. That's really never a big issue. But if you're on sites that you're downloading things that are inappropriate or that are not your content, that could be an issue. Certainly any action that violates existing school board policy or public law, sending, accessing, uploading, downloading, or distributing offensive, profane, threatening, pornographic, obscene, or sexually explicit materials. These things are like, yeah, duh. But if I don't say them, and then you get in trouble, you're going to say, well, nobody ever told me, so I'm telling you. You need to make good decisions when it comes to your internet use. Certainly that using these sites to sell term papers, book reports, or other forms of student work, use of anonymous or false communication, or giving out personal information over the internet, that is inappropriate. Also vandalism. Not only vandalism physically to the device, but by putting hardware, software, data that can create a virus for not only your computer, but for the network that the computer is on. Jailbreaking devices is totally inappropriate. And again, we will talk about the incidents of charge in a second. And like I said, sending out or receiving materials that are obscene, offensive, or threatening, or otherwise intend to harass or demean other students. So that really includes iMessage, Facebook, any other social media. Again, those are things that we're not spying on you, but those are things that students that you're harassing now have a black and white image of the things that you're saying. They screenshot it, they email it to your principal, and now you can't say, well, I never said that. Well, yeah, you did. This is you. Okay? So it's very, very important that you understand that and that you're mindful of that. As I said, get your computers charged, keep them charged, bring them to school every day. If there's an issue, if it's broken, if it's frozen, and you need help, we have an amazing tech staff that will help you at the middle school and here at the high school when it comes to your device. One of our earlier years with the iPads, I gave a very similar speech. A student had an iPad freeze, he was mad, he punched it. Guess what? It didn't unfreeze, and now the screen's broken. Okay? He just bought a brand new broken iPad. So when you're going to get frustrated, you're not going to connect to the network, you're not going to be able to connect to the internet, whatever, your computer freezes up, your key sticks, don't lash out and make it worse. Bring it to the tech desk. We will repair it, we will replace it, whatever we need to do to get you off and running again. But you need to communicate that with us. Students, there's a tech desk at the high school, there's a tech desk at the middle school, but you need to use that when the devices break down. So, we talked a little bit about what happens. We talked about some of the things you're not supposed to do. So what happens? We can just take the device away. There's the opportunity for you to use, or for us to restrict your take-home access. You just check it in every day. Before you leave, you give it back to us, and you come back to school the next day, and we'll give it back to you. That's less than ideal for a lot of reasons, but we have students that have demonstrated they can handle the use of this device. We work with parents to decide, hey, they're not taking it home anymore. So if that's something that, again, that could affect you, or you're thinking, man, I want to make sure that I make good decisions, so I have this at all times. We can give you an old iPad. We can give you an old PC laptop. There's a lot of things that we still have kind of in storage that we can reissue if you can't handle this device. Certainly we can ban you from using the school issue device, detentions, Thursday schools, suspension, expulsion, or involving criminal prosecution. We've been to that point when it comes to our devices, usually in sending and receiving inappropriate material over the computers. We have a great relationship with Gaston Police, Jonesboro Police, Great County Sheriff's Department, and the Indiana State Police. A couple of our cases have involved the FBI. So we have a great working relationship. You're not going to get away with anything. And I don't mean to lay down that thing, but you need to understand that you're going to get caught. And you may not get caught the first or second time, but it will catch up with your students, and you need to make good choices. Okay, I've mentioned a couple times about if it gets broken. What are we going to do if it gets broken? Well, first of all, everybody, to take a computer, you have to pay $20. Okay? That used to be $50. Mrs. Townsend, Mr. McKenzie, Mrs. Winter felt like that was too much. We've had a lot of success collecting that $20. That $20 goes to a lot of things, but it helped pay for the bags, the computers, the infrastructure, a lot of different things that $20 goes to, and every single student has to pay that. So every year, the incident count, if you will, picks up from the year before. So you 6th graders, you've never had a computer, so you have no instances. So if you get this computer, and you're carrying it outside the case, you're walking out the high school, the doors, this big tile floor, and you trip and you drop it, and it cracks. Okay, that was an accident, you didn't mean to, now you weren't taking care of it properly, but that's the first incident. That's going to cost you $20 or $75. Okay, we'll probably be able to fix it in the house, but that first incident is $75. If the second accidental incident, you lend it to a friend, and his dog knocks it off the kitchen table, and again it breaks. There was an accident, but now we're going to charge you the cost of the repair. Our tech team, like I said, is pretty phenomenal. We try to do all of our repairs as much as we can in-house, which saves us and you a lot of money, but we are going to charge you the cost of repair if it's broken the second time. In the incident, in the case that is lost or stolen, if your device is lost or stolen, you need to immediately call the police and file a lost or stolen report with the Gaston Police Department, Jonesboro Police Department, Great County Sheriff, depending on where you live. We've worked with all of those agencies. They know exactly what to do. They know the form to fill out. And then we will work with you on how we're going to pay that cost. In the past, it's been half. We'll cover half. You'll cover half. Brand new, these are $800. You're not getting a brand new device. So you're looking at probably $300 if that device is lost or stolen. Last year, we had 3. 3 out of about 1,700. So we like our odds. Our students, our parents have done a phenomenal job taking care of these devices, so we encourage you to continue with that. If we determine that your device has been intentionally damaged, and you're here at school, your girlfriend breaks up with you, and you spike your computer, oh, that would never happen. It happened. You're going to pay for the device. You're going to pay to replace the device. At this point, like I said, the depreciation, that's $600. So you've got to make good choices. You're going to pay $20 tonight. You're going to get a computer. But if you make bad choices, it's going to continue to cost you. So parents, again, our parents have done a phenomenal job helping us keep those costs down. To give you perspective, our first year with the iPad minis, first semester, we had $22,000 in repairs. Last year, with the Mac Airs, we had about $3,000 total for the year. Again, over 1,700 devices. That doesn't include the devices at the elementary school. Please, please, please continue to do your part in supporting us in taking care of these devices. Okay, I'm going to shut up. I've given you the kind of the lay of the land. What I'm going to do here in a second is turn you loose. For high school students, there's probably not very many here, but there might be a few. Pick up your folder. If you owe money, I'm going to show you what you're going to see in your folder in a second. There's the pay lines right there, and you take care of that and go get your computer. Middle school students, and that's most of you, you're going to pick up your folder on this side, right here. Tell them your first and last name. They're going to give you your folder. Some of you may owe money. You're going to go around from another line there, the pay line. You're going to get a receipt if you still owe money. They're going to send you into the library. You're going to pick up your computer, and you're free to go. Okay? Now, when you get to your folder, we try to color code this to not only help you, but to help us in processing all of these. If you get a green slip like this, you're good to go. You don't owe any money, you're registered, you're good. Okay, you're green, you can go, head right to you don't have to wait in any line, head right to the library, pick up your computer. If you have yellow, you still have an outstanding balance. Now, you say, well, I paid this today online in this school and never gets it right. We can only harvest those things at midnight when that system turns over. So please give us a little grace. If you paid it this afternoon, just come up. We can check it. Yep, they paid. They'll get you a receipt, or they'll initial this, and you're good to go. If you have a red sheet, you have not registered for school. And I don't think anybody in this room would think any worse of us that if you're not registered to go to this school system, that we give you a $600 computer. Okay? So we need you to register first. We have computers set up in the library. Our tech team will be in there to help you with that. So please make sure and know that we open that registration in the end of March, early April. We want to try to get that registration process done before the previous school year. I know it's hard for all of us to think like that, but that's the direction that we are going. One other announcement, I'm going to shut up. If you are a Mississinewa High School student, if you're new to Mississinewa High School, our natural helpers are offering a meet and greet this Friday from 1 to 3, or just meet in the office, and then this Monday from 1 to 3 again. You get to come and go as you please. We're going to have teachers and staff giving tours, answering questions, and those things. If you have questions of me, I'm here, I can help you. If you have questions about the middle school, Mrs. Eckstein's here, some of her team. I do ask this, when you get in line, if you're mad, if you're frustrated about the sound, you're frustrated about something I said, do not take it out on these people. They are volunteering their time to be here tonight. They didn't make any of these decisions. They didn't write any of this policy. If you're mad, come talk to me, and we'll try to hash it out. I may not make you happy. I'll try to make you as happy as I can, but we're all in this together. If you owe the school system money, you got to pay your bills. Okay? And I don't think it'd be crazy for us not to give you this computer if you're not caught up on that stuff. If you need payment plans, come talk to us, again, depending on what building. But show these ladies some grace, and gentlemen some grace. Okay? You got issues, you're mad, you want to